Yeah. I think that's changing though.
Really?
I think especially recently, the North is becoming such a more arts-based place, and I think I'm not gonna lie, I think there's better art in the North.
In aflevering 26 van Slaglijn ga ik in gesprek met Tristian Willis. Tristian is een stagetechnician in de Aviva studios in Manchester, Engeland. Ook is Tristian poëet en kunstliefhebber. In dit gesprek praten wij over het combineren van techniek en artistiek. De transitie van passie voor de film naar passie voor het theater. Hij belicht het belang van kunst in Manchester, in Engeland en kunst in het algemeen. Wij bespreken de Engelse politiek en het feit dat ons prachtige beroep meer is dan alleen een hobby. Deze aflevering is deel van de Black Border series. Een Black Border is de Engelse vakterm voor Fries, maar ook voor de landsgrenzen die ik met Slaglijn passeer om te spreken met collega's in het zwart te vinden in het buitenland. Deze podcastserie zal Engels gesproken worden. En dan nu zonder meer is hier Tristian Willis. First of all, I want to say I'm super excited for this talk because you will be my window into the British theater world. So I'm super excited. But let's start by introducing yourself. Who you are, how you came to be, and like what made you start working in theater?
So my name is Tristian.
Hi.
You already know me, Dan.
Yeah.
But we worked together a little bit.
Yeah.
And originally my background was film. And I came into theatre. Film's quite a hard niche to kind of get into. There's a lot of competition, especially within the UK. London is like the primary area for film. So like the North, there's kind of a bit of a divide there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I came in from film, wanted to try a new niche, but it was still within the creative kind of industry. And that's kind of how I got into it. And I just like...
So you wanted to get into film?
Yeah,
and
originally.
You went to a school for it? Is there like educational?
Yes, so I went to... Originally I did... It's really weird. I'm a big gamer.
Okay.
Yes. And I originally
What
did...
What games?
What am I playing at the minute? I'm playing... There's an indie game called Pacific Drive. I played a lot of like MMOs and stuff like that. RuneScape.
RuneScape, let's go. But you're the new school guy.
Yeah,
I'm the old school
Yeah,
RuneScaper.
that's the one.
All right. But were you gaming at the time? So like when
I've been gaming since I was like 4 years old.
Right. So how does it tie into your...
Narratively. Like, it's always been narrative for me since I was like a kid. We had like little army figures. I don't know if you
like the
have
green
them.
ones.
Yeah, the little army
yeah.
figures.
Yeah.
And I used to take them and I'd like set up like maybe a boss at the end, which would be like a transformer or something like that.
I see.
And I'd just be creating stories, and I think that's kind of where it all kind of stems from. Played games, and then as I grew up, I was like, oh yeah, I want to make games.
Awesome.
And then college, it was like, oh, I don't really care about all of this computer stuff. I just kind of want to
all these numbers.
make a game. Yeah.
Want to tell a story.
Yeah, I just want to tell a story and like,
Uh-huh.
you know, have a bit of fun. And then I went into uni to continue doing games. And then after the first year, I was like, this is not for me. There's not enough like narrative and creative drive for me. It was very technical, which is weird because I'm in a technical industry now, but I enjoy it a lot more because it's kind of the production side of stuff.
Yeah.
Rather than, I mean, it is behind the scenes, but it's still kind of not behind the scenes. If that makes sense. But yeah, I kind of dropped that after a year and switched to film, and I knew nothing about film.
What like department or what section of film did you try? Is it like
so
storytelling, or is it like, I don't know, cinematography?
Yeah, it was more so cinematography. The course was called digital film and post production, so it was like editing. Editing.
We're in Manchester.
That's my Manc Union coming out there. Editing and being on set, production, filming, cinematography, color grading, all that kind of stuff.
Cool.
And that's kind of where my storytelling aspect came in. I was quite shunned at first in my first year because I knew nothing, and there's kind of a bit of a clique within film sometimes, where
Okay.
it's like, if you don't, watch a lot of films, or like you're not a filmy, you're not like a filmy geek and stuff like that.
Gatekeeping.
Yeah, essentially gatekeeping. Yeah, and I was like, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm just gonna tell some stories and create what I want to create. And then smashed the first year, got first, and then everyone was like, "Oh, this guy's like pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we should work
He
with
knows
him."
his shit.
Yeah, and I was like, "Okay, if people want to work with me, it's cool." So next year, worked with like a whole bunch of new people, and then by third year, smashed second year. Third year, everyone was like, "We need you on our team.
Yeah,
We need you to help with this. We need you to help that." I was like,
Okay.
"Okay, thanks, I guess." Like, I was just doing my thing. Like,
Yeah. Is it because the creative aspect was more present with you than the rest of your classmates? Because I feel even there they're more technical and you're leaning more towards the storytelling and the creative side. Do you think that played a role in you being?
I think I'm not too sure. Like, I've always been quite a visual person, and it's not to say like some people didn't have like a vision, because I think everyone has like a vision. It's just tapping into that. It's knowing where, what part of that vision you kind of segment into, in a way. But another thing is I've always been quite collaborative. So I like working with a group of people because they can teach me things as much as I can teach them things. And I think that's super important, especially in this industry.
Yeah.
I don't think... That's another thing about film. It's really hard because there's still a lot of gatekeeping. Like, if you wanted to be a cinematographer, I feel like people would be worried that you're trying to like take a job from them.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Competition.
Yeah, exactly. But we should be kind of buffing each other up, like, and helping each other in those positions, and like just making art accessible to everyone, and like creating art, because that's kind of in my opinion, storytelling is a foundation of humans. Like,
I agree.
In a sense.
For sure. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful said. Cool. So all right. So timeline wise, you're still like doing this film stuff, but we're here in this beautiful theater, and you're doing live performances instead of film. So
it's a lot different.
So I'm leading up to the point where you got into theater.
Yeah. So after uni, it was competition, like I say, way too hard. And I had the skill set. It's just, it's that thing as well where you're looking for jobs and you need 5 years experience, but how are you meant to get that experience
when you're
without
just starting out?
Yeah. So I kind of was just working retail, bar work, stuff like that. And then I just kind of finally said, I don't like this. This is not me. I'm not doing this anymore. And realistically, we have a benefit system in the UK. I don't know if you guys have some kind of benefit system, like if you're off work.
So I don't know. Is it like a social?
Yeah, like a social.
So if you don't have a job and you can't work, you can ask like funding from the government.
Yes, essentially, so like a monthly funding. So I was on that for quite a bit because I was kind of like, I was going to these meetings and I was like, I don't want to work in these places. It's not good for my mental health. It's not good for my creativity. It's not benefiting me. I don't want to go into another job where it's making me my mental health worse than it already is. So I just kind of took a stand, and they actually really supported me with that, because
cool. You need that.
That's
important.
I think a lot of people don't get that in the UK, which is quite sad, but
yeah. You get a hard time, like
you
quit your job. So here's this guy behind like retail stuff, hungering for art and storytelling, and he says, "This is not my world." And then people who live in that world will probably say, "How dare you?
Yeah,
how dare you?
Yeah,
like, this is what we are now."
And yeah,
a little bit stupid.
yeah, that's the UK sometimes. It can, I try not to. I try not to like. There's a lot of cynicism in the UK sometimes.
Okay.
You know, we're seen as quite a grey, dreary, raining all the time place.
Yes.
I think like especially after uni and a lot of stuff that went on in my life, kind of tried to move away from that and try and keep positive about things.
So I'm a big sucker for people who are like passionate about, like, they're not happy with this whole, like, don't want to say corporate, but it's like this life that's like 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And they are hunger for something artsy.
Yeah.
And they have the balls to like stand up and say no more.
Yeah.
So I'm a big sucker for this because
Yeah.
I mean I love theater and I love people working. in it. Takes some guts to go there. I don't know how it is in England. Is it a scary
yeah,
step?
I think people can be scared of like getting out of that comfort zone, but like that's where, you know, stepping out of your comfort zone, even like this today, just being on this podcast is like, it's like something I've never done before, but I was like,
it's just two techies on stage.
but you know, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and I'm like telling my story because we're all storytellers
For sure.
and this is like making me grow as a person and like, you know, this might lead to something further down the line or
Cool.
Yeah, like it's all about like, you know, just engaging with those experiences when they come.
It's cool. You don't settle. You keep looking forward.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So how was the step for you to take, to like dedicate yourself to like, okay, let me just not do this? How was that? Was it scary?
As in, yeah, it was scary because there was a lot of pressure about money.
Is it like, there's a couple questions is it like hard to get into the theater industry in England? And is it like do you get like less money there than you would do in a retail or whatever?
For me, I think I was very lucky. I worked in crewing originally, just like, so we've got a bunch of theatres and a bunch of like crewing companies around Manchester, and it was literally just doing load-ins, load-outs for like gigs. So, and the money for me anyway, you know, was a step above what I was getting like compared to retail and bar work. Because I was like, retail and bar work might seem easy, but it's not. It's super stressful. Like,
I'm not underestimating.
Yeah,
that at all.
no. It was just kind of wild, and yeah, that step for me was. It was. I think it was a lot easier for me because I knew what I wanted.
You wanted to,
Yeah, I knew I wanted to go into a creative industry, and whether that be theatre, film, like I just love the arts essentially. Like anything art. Like I write poetry as well. Like
awesome.
Anything that I can like dip my toes into is like great for me artistically.
So what made you choose theatre? So you went crewing, but why didn't you go gaffer or whatever?
Because
back to the film.
So I did a job here at Aviva, Aviva Studios, and you know, I heard about the place and like what it was inspiring to be, which was like a kind of a community hub in Manchester, an accessible place because theatre can be quite expensive, especially with the current economy. You know, you had COVID and stuff like that.
Oh,
people
this was
struggling.
This story of yours?
Yeah, this was this was after COVID. But even I think especially in the north, there's the wealth kind of gap is very kind of significant. We're in the north, we're kind of not, I don't want to say treated as lesser, but we're kind of like ignored a bit.
Really?
Yeah, there's
like a stigma.
Yeah, there's a huge stigma. And I think that's always been the case. You know, the north was known for like the mills and stuff like that. And London's always been kind of a corporate hub.
Yes.
Essentially.
But theater-wise, London is the hotspot to be.
Oh yeah,
That's where you need.
but I
so
think
the
that's
arts
changing.
there are kind of booming.
Yeah, I think that's changing though.
Really.
I think especially recently, the North is becoming such a more arts-based place, and I think I'm not gonna lie, I think there's better art in the North.
Well, how come?
Because we've had lived experiences that probably that people in London are kind of like in their little bubble. I feel, and people in the North, I feel like we've gone through a different of experience.
Like more raw, more harsh.
Yeah, more raw, more human. Like
that will create some good art.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Exactly.
Growth through struggle is
exactly,
one of my.
and
it's one of my life models. But probably if you go through that and you want to create some art, it's gonna be like.
It's gonna be raw.
Yeah,
it's gonna be raw emotion.
That's cool.
I mean, that's why my poetry name's Sanguine, because sanguine essentially means optimism in tough times.
All right, that's cool.
But yeah, stepping into theatre was like it was a big step for me, crewing, and then...
Did you like it?
Yeah, I love it.
Start. So you started crewing,
loading
loading out.
Loading out.
It's hard work. So this is why I wanted to talk to you, and I like this where this is going, because you love art, you're artsy, but the job that we're doing is like it's like hardworking, physical.
Yeah.
But still, all the techies that I love and know, they love working with art while they're not there. So I wanted to know how it was for you as more of an artistic person to like start like shoving flight cases into a truck. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, I'm not exactly like the most built person, but I think just being in the environment, was really important for my growth.
So you fell in love immediately?
Yeah, immediately. Like,
cool.
Seeing all the behind the scenes and how it all works in unit, especially live, because it's so much different. Like,
yeah,
it's constantly moving. The gears are constantly ticking over.
Coming from film, seeing live performances, live art,
it's crazy, because film you can, you stop, you pause, next take.
Yeah.
You can't do that in theatre.
No.
You've got to be on point.
Yes.
And I kind of like that. I kind of like that momentum as well. Keeps me on my toes. It keeps me busy. Yeah, it's... And then from crewing, obviously, like, I did a job for this place, and then I just showed my interest. I was like, I love what this venue stands for, and I love kind of how we're not just, musical theatre or just theatre in general. We have gigs, we have like art exhibitions,
But this place is awesome.
Dance. It's crazy.
This is
crazy.
awesome. You have big concerts. You got this theater. You got like, I like this booming, like this cultural breeding place.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. That's cool. You also did like musicals and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So how did you get into there? Because
so that was all mainly from here. Like, I've worked on musicals, get-ins and get-outs, crewing, and I work gigs mainly, get-ins and get-outs, crewing. But then we have some. We've had some kind of. They're not full musicals. They're kind of. They have song and dance.
Oh yeah, I know. What
they
you
also
mean.
have, the narrative in between.
Yes, I know. We have in Holland we have the same genre. It's called klein kunst, which means small art. I don't know why it's called like that.
Klankens.
No, but it's more like it's more heavy. It's less. So musicals are more like a good time, and this genre has dance and music. But it tells or a depressing story or an artistic story.
Yeah.
It's more of a confrontational theater than entertaining.
Yeah, I think this place is about inspiring and moving people in a way to like, and I think that's why, especially the show that you're working on, Figures of Extinction, it's especially important for this place, because, we're trying to. open our eyes up in a positive way. Figures of extinction, it's all about, humanity and like, looking after the world essentially. And, we're in 2025, where we're going, like 2030 is meant to be when...
Where will we be?
Yeah, like we're meant to not be able to come back from, from natural disasters and stuff like that. So it's more important now than ever to have this kind of art here and make a change and inspire and make the difference.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
That's why I love art too. It's a great vessel or a great communicator for these type of messages. I didn't know that like up north that there's more of this more harsher art. I like that.
Yeah.
Is there like a certain group or company that is like very good at like in the north, like portraying this message, or like good confrontational art?
Who have we had here? So one of the first shows here, Danny Boyle, who created Trainspotting, he's from the north, and
the movie Trainspotting, right?
Yeah, and that's a very raw, very human kind of film. So artists like him, we had Free Your Mind, which is inspired by The Matrix and inspired by like Manchester itself, and like the kind of development within that. I'm trying to think. There's a lot of... One of my favourite artists is controversial, but I'm not going to mention.
You can.
I mean, so the 1975, based in Manchester, from Manchester, from Wilmslow, and they're very, especially recently, they've become more of a theatrical musical artist.
Cool. They perform like live theatrical shows.
Originally it was just your standard gig, and their latest album is, you've got him eating meat on stage and like watching Ben Shapiro on TVs, like kind of trying to encompass like the internet and the world and this kind of toxic masculinity and stuff like that that's going on, like creating this divide, and trying to, and people think it's silly, but he's trying to say something and trying to make you think and he's always been doing that.
It's confronting.
Yeah, exactly. I find it hard to like really nail kind of people.
Well, why I'm asking is that the art created in a certain place or a certain city reflects that city, I feel. So I'm from Holland, so I don't know jack shit about the United Kingdom. I don't know about the culture. So for me, this is like, I mean, whenever we learn about England in Holland, it's like the mecca of theater. Shakespearean theater, musicals.
Yeah.
So England is this like this amazing bright pearl in the industry that was like also the foundation of theaters, kind of built like the Globe and stuff, you know. So I found it interesting that like there's the other side too. I like that. There's it's just this West End and Shakespeare.
No, exactly.
There's that's why it's interesting what you're saying, that there's also art being created that's more raw, that we as like Dutchies would never hear about. So I'm very interested in that space too, but also like working in that space, like also the work culture in general here, which is interesting.
Yeah, the work that goes on here within the UK, It's so weird because like I
But
can only say from my lived experience. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Of course, yeah.
some people might have a different take, but for me, like, we're very. I mean, it depends. It also depends on who you work with, but I would say we're very. We like to have a laugh, but we will get the job done.
Yeah.
Like,
Hardworking.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But is it true that the romantic vision we have in Holland about England is it theater or is it like
It is.
are you guys like getting the like minimum wage, working your asses off, and people get fired left and right? Is that the culture here, or is it like a very respectable job working in theater?
I think it's. I wouldn't say people. People won't get fired left and right. I think it takes a lot for that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to like wage and like living and stuff like that, I'm on a 0-hour contract. I work as a casual, but I've been lucky enough to like push myself and like do stage manager and prop tech and stuff like that, and assistant stage manager. But some people they don't get that chance.
Mm-hmm.
And I've lost my train of thought.
It's fine. No, it's just like the working environment. If it's like is it like the romantic vision that we have, or is it like hard work,
I
less
think
pay?
I think it's a bit both.
Okay.
I think there is that romantic vision when you look at it artistically as a viewer.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it is hard work. It is, our economy at the minute. Like, it doesn't match our pay doesn't match anything that's going on.
Okay.
With inflation, housing, stuff like that. Like, we don't. It's not meeting, and working. You're working 13-hour days.
Yeah.
And
long days, weekends.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
Like, constantly.
So that's why what's interesting to me is because like theater is like a cultural heritage for England, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you would expect that the government would like throw shitload of money in there, but
Yeah.
they don't.
No.
I see.
There was a huge thing during COVID, which was when I think that was when Boris Johnson was in power, and there was these. I don't know if you heard about it. There was these advertisements in England that was basically saying, essentially, I can't. You'll find images of it online, but it was saying, "Don't work in art, get a real job."
Really? I think
Essentially.
I've heard about this actually.
Yeah.
It's a while ago. Right?
It was literally. I think it was about 2020, and there was, especially there was an uproar about it because it's like,
wow,
you wouldn't have, people who work in business or what if art's not about, what have you got to do? You're gonna sit at home, no TV, no games, no theatre,
no books,
no art,
no paintings to look at, stare at.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So, in essence, you should be pushing for more art rather than.
But that's what I find
away.
interesting. That like I don't know nothing about the British, but I know like the politics. But I know about Boris Johnson, of course. The fact that he uses this mammoth of a thing in England, which is theater, against like as his propaganda. It's quite disgusting.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, it really is.
It's. I mean, he's a right winged.
Yeah. I don't think it's hard. The UK now, especially, I think it's getting a lot more like America. There's no real kind of left and right wing. It's either right wing or slightly centre right wing.
Yeah. But I mean, that means that people working backstage, like in a theater like this or whatever at West End, they're like a gutsy people that just love their job and don't care about the pay.
Yeah, that I think that's what Britain's kind of built upon, like, is enjoying what we do, and I think that is taken advantage of. by the government and stuff like that. It's like, well, we can get away with it because, you know, they're enjoying what they do and they need a job.
Yeah. So interesting. I did not expect it to be the same as in Holland. Because in Holland they're like, well, you it's like a hobby and you get paid for it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Don't complain about how much it is because you like doing it, right? Like not respecting the hard work that goes into creating a theater production, which is
and the amount of people that it takes as well,
dude,
is
and
crazy.
the hours that's put in. Like even creating this production here, like we did 10 to 11 a week.
Yeah.
Like, well, not respecting that. It's I was hoping that, you know, because Shakespeare and West End or whatever, that there is like this huge funding for theater techs. That's what I was hoping for to hear. It's, I mean, all right, I guess.
I think it's a shame because like the UK is painted as, I think it's visualized as a bit of a utopia.
Yes.
Which isn't wrong because we are, like, you know, meant to be one of the wealthiest countries in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're up there. But it's all for show, I feel. Like,
it's a shame. Yeah.
It's really sad. Not to say that, but the art that we produce is good.
For sure. I mean, yeah, still till this day, I think the whole United Kingdom is like, what's coming out of here is phenomenal. Like we Europeans and Dutch, we look at it and we're like, that's freaking cool. Like what you guys do. I mean, the roots are so deep here. You can't go wrong. I mean, I'm sure there's like productions that are not the best, but whatever, you know.
You'll always get like
yeah.
But that comes into development.
Yes.
You look at that.
Yes.
And you go, okay, next time, make it better.
Yeah.
And that's just the process.
I see.
Like,
yeah, interesting. So coming back to like your career and your trajectory, like you're here now, you did a couple musical stage management. You keep saying that you're lucky enough to like get a job, but why do you think that is? Is that because you like? Is it like you're an artsy tech? Is that a good thing here, or do people just need like the construction workers mentality that just push?
I don't think it's a good. I just think it comes to motivation. It comes to me knowing myself and knowing what I come from, and partly mental illness. And kind of striving to know what I want and know where I want to be in the future.
I see.
And sometimes like that isn't fully clear. You know, you get out of school and you're expected to like find a job, or especially in uni, like there's the when you're in uni you get a degree and then it's like, well, now I feel like I'm expected to get a job. I need to get a job in the industry that I've studied for straight away. And that isn't the case of life in general. Like things change so much on a day-to-day basis. I let go of that. I kind of let go of the mentality of I'm not going to feel bad for, you know, taking an extra 5 years to be where I want to be.
No.
I'm going to try and work this stuff out, and I think that can really get to people. I think, you know, people can feel really trapped, and that's where kind of the cynicism in the UK comes in, because we get trapped, and then you know we get into our like 40s, and then we don't want to be the change that we want to see in the world. We're stuck in our ways at that point, and we just need to tap into ourselves, get to know ourselves and what we want to do, and just really go for it.
Sure.
That's.
So you know where you want to be in 5 years. Do you have like certain theater productions or in general that you would love to work on?
I've had, well, just even creating my own essentially.
Okay.
I would love to make my own. I was really inspired by the one we did here. the Free Mind, which is the Matrix inspired one.
Which company was this again?
That was the choreography was Boy Blue.
Okay.
And
It was a dance production.
Yeah, it was
okay.
it was a dance production. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember who did.
Well, you could choreographer. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm a gamer at heart, and one of my favorite games has got bullet time in it. Max Payne.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite games, and the narrative in that. Sam Lake, who wrote it, he writes more games at the minute. He wrote Alan Wake 2, Control, all those narrative games. I'm pretty sure he's from. Where is he from?
He's from England, or?
No, he's from. I think he's from near the Netherlands.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
He's a phenomenal storyteller, and he's kind of one of my biggest inspirations. And I'd love to, kind of, maybe in 10 years, create a Max Payne, kind of this bullet time, kind of matrixy, kind of dance, choreographed like piece.
Okay.
That's cool. A noir kind of like Sin City kind of feeling, low light, black and white. So, similar to like how Rembrandt lighting on Figures of Extinction, like not too much, very stripped down.
Yeah. Tom Visser, our light designer, is a fucking wizard.
Yeah,
he's so. I mean, I love his work.
It looks amazing.
Yeah. I mean, you're captivated. It's what I like about his work is that it's not just about the dance. It's like you're looking at a whole like total image.
Yeah,
it's the sound, it's the light, it's the dance. It's the message, and it all is just one thing. If you just only see the dance or only see the light, it's not what it is. What Tom Visser, sorry, I'm just gonna ramble a little bit.
Okay.
But what I love about his lighting is that it's like, it's dancing with the dancers.
Yeah.
It's moving with them.
Yeah.
It's not just putting a light on them.
No.
It's moving with them, which I love. Yeah.
Yeah, you notice that especially in like I think Act 2, like with the light, the LEDs.
Yes.
That come in the middle, and how like, the light will move. That a certain light will be on depending on where the dancers are. Like it's flowing with them, essentially, which is really like phenomenal.
So that's something you would like. That's the vibe you like.
Yeah.
In theater. What's your favorite production that you've seen? Is that the one you just mentioned?
Yeah, the Matrix one was really good. I really like. I really enjoy all the dance ones we've done. Like this one we're working on, we had Accountants. I really enjoyed that. I went to watch that. Free Mind. I think we've had another one. Maybe we haven't. But we've got some coming up that I'm really excited to work on as well. We've got Hamlet, and that's inspired by...
So is it also dance, or is it like a dance version of Hamlet?
I think it's... I'm assuming it's going to be, but it's also inspired by the music of the big band. I can't remember the name.
The big band.
The big
Chili
band.
Peppers. I don't know.
Oh, what's the name?
The big band. The Doors.
They did like the Fish arpeggio. It's really bad that I can't remember the name.
So my music taste is very narrowed down towards one direction. I have no idea what's big band, what big bands are around, but
they're big.
Awesome.
That's all we need to know.
Cool. Do you guys do like Shakespearean theater, like Hamlet, like just like actors on stage with dialogues and stuff?
We have, not as much though, because there's so much coming in and out all the time. I think we stem to more contemporary kind of pieces, stuff that you wouldn't see in the Palace or in London or stuff like that. And I think that's what makes this place so unique.
It's a great place.
Yeah, and that's why people love to come here as well, because they can actually explore and have experimental kind of
Yeah.
theatre.
I love the fact. I mean, sure, the company now it has a big name, but this venue is made for 1,500 people,
Mm.
right? I mean, we're sold out every night. It's not per se the company, but it means there's people wanting to come and
Yeah.
see art here,
Mhm.
which is great, which
Yeah.
I love.
It's just incredible. Like, not even like it's not even just this space we use either. It's you know, we use the space behind us here.
Yes.
We've got a whole warehouse that
Mhm.
we can hold gigs in. We can divide it up to have 2 separate things going on.
Yeah.
We then have the social downstairs where we can have artist talks and
Yes.
you know, painting and all these other incredible things.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can also divide this so this is itself. So you can have 3 or 4 things going on at once in this space,
Crazy.
which is mental.
And it's not like a fixed stage with fly
No.
bars.
It's completely customizable, pretty
yeah.
much.
Well, the people in Holland don't know this space. I'm gonna give it a little introduction in the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a box where you can basically just move everything around.
Yeah,
And it's
literally.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do a lot of cool stuff here. No, that's awesome. You want to
Shout-
stay here, or you want to like branch out to like?
I think I'll stay here for a bit.
Yeah,
I
I imagine you would. Yeah, I would want to stay here.
I love it here.
Yeah.
And I think the people are what make it as well.
Yeah.
The people here care about people.
Yeah.
And that's
You're talking all just crew or also
just
like
I think just even Manchester. I think you know we care about people
Mhm.
in the north. But this is one of the most comfortable places I've worked where I've been able to be myself
nice.
and
Super
know,
important.
yeah,
That's something that that's
and
nice.
and people support you as well. Like there's no, you know, if you're having a bad day and you need to you can tell someone without feeling judged or, you know, having like I used to have really bad times in bar and retail work where I'd have to go home because I'd be having a really bad day just because of something that had happened or
And you couldn't tell anyone.
yeah I couldn't tell anyone.
No.
I'd just have to be like I need to leave like
Yeah, that's also why I love my job, because we operate in this space where there's so much openness.
yeah
Because you work arts, you have to
Yeah,
be. It's not only the message you portray; you like embody it on stage. too.
yeah you do
Even like hanging the blacks or putting cases in the truck doesn't matter. We're still operating in the space of art.
Yeah.
So that's why I love working this job too, and it's so nice to hear that like a crew can just like it's not this harsh environment.
yeah
It's just nice. I think it's a chain reaction.
human connection
Oh yeah,
like
I think
at its core.
Yeah, it's not just fuck you, Boris Johnson.
Yeah.
It's not just like get a real job. Don't be in the arts. You're touching on something very important, which is the human connection.
Yeah.
And I feel if you work in theater, if you're crazy enough and ballsy enough to work in theater, you'll find yourself in an environment that's with humans instead of employees.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I 100% agree with
I'm
that.
happy you agree, because that means that's kind of the space here.
Yeah,
Which is awesome, because I that's where maybe the roots of the theater come back in here.
Yeah.
And I like that Manchester is this rigid, is that a word?
Rigid.
Rigid, thank you. Rigid place, but still with humans. That's
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We've come a long way
Yeah.
as Northerners.
Maybe this is going to be a pivot point, that London at some point will not have full venues with people anymore, but maybe Manchester will be sold out every night.
There's been a lot more change, 100%. Not just Manchester, Liverpool, and Leeds, Newcastle. All these kind of northern places are really kind of establishing themselves as more artistic, and it's another reason the house prices are going up, because there's people from London that want to be up north.
It's the downside of
Which
something like
is-
this. Yeah.
Which is wild.
Mm-hmm.
But that just goes to show, like, the north is where you want to be.
Yes.
If you want to work in the arts, come to the north.
That's awesome. Also, the fact that they built this place here. I mean, it's pretty new. Like 2 years, it's pretty new.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that Manchester decides to create this here, yeah, maybe this is gonna be the place to create some good art.
Yeah, I think it will. I think this will be a one for the history books, definitely.
Yeah.
It won't be forgotten about at all, and I think it will be going for quite a while.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah, maybe.
Hopefully, I'll still be here.
Maybe in 10 years, it's gonna be this massive production about Max Payne.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be like.
Wonder who's gonna direct that.
Yeah. Maybe it's gonna be like Manchester will talk about it for years. It's gonna be the Hamlet of Manchester. You don't know. It's cool. I love that there's the kind of creative flow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a great point to round it up. So I mean, I want to thank you for.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
In Holland, I always end the episode by asking if any people see this and they want to contact you and say like, hey, this is cool stuff. I want to learn more. In Holland, it's a little bit more easy. I don't know how I'm going to operate it here, but are you okay with that? Like,
yeah, that's completely fine.
I can leave your socials in the description or something. People reach out. You're down for that?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Awesome.
100%.
Cool, man. All right.
Thank you.
Man.
Thank you for having me, Dan.
That's great. Thank you, man.